In tonight's cover story, News Channel 5's Kay Quinn introduces us to a local doctor who is closing her West County practice so she can care for the poor and sick half a world away.
And I heard that now you can test your own blood.
She's at the pinnacle of her profession.
Why'd you want to get a pump?
Her young patients, many with diabetes or other metabolic problems, consider her part of the family.
Help me get better.
For 32 years, this pediatric endocrinologist has treated the children of St. Louis. Dr. Santosh Gupta and her husband have raised 2 children of their own. But she's giving it all up for this, a 100-year-old hospital that serves the poor in Haridwar, in the foothills of the Himalayas in northern India.
It's a 150-bed hospital, but on a given day there are 300 patients if you count the patients on the bed and under the bed.
She's volunteered in India before, but it was her daughter who found RKM Hospital while on a volunteer mission. This facility is unlike any you will ever see in the U.S. Dr. Gupta says initially her decision to work in India was not an easy one. She says she was overwhelmed by the poverty there and didn't think she could work in the hospital. She called her daughter with her doubts.
And I said, I think I made a mistake. She said, you have a chair? I said, yes. She said, the fabric on the chair is torn? I said, yes. She said, you have a table? I said, yes. She said, the paint is chipping? Yes. So she said, is it clean? I said, yes, it's clean. She said, just give yourself 3 weeks and you'll get used to it. Believe me, you won't see it. And 3 weeks later, I didn't notice it.
As inspired and energized as she is by her new calling, Dr. Gupta is sad to leave her patients here.
It's very hard. I mean, there's part of me that says, I wish I could do both.
Many now write her notes.
My mom and I had a good cry after we left your office, but we are happy for you.
And bring her donations.
One girl, she's decided to collect money for diabetics in India. And I can just imagine, you know, every time they put a penny in there, they were thinking about helping a diabetic in India.
But her heart is also with her patients in India, like a young woman named Poonam, who Dr. Gupta saved from a diabetic coma on her last trip.
She said to me, she said, why'd you have to go back? And I said, I'm not going back, I'll be back in January. And she said, it's a long time. So it's that kind of thing.
So she keeps in touch long distance and worries about the hospital thousands of miles away.
I heard last week that they had to close the ICU and neonatal intensive care because of lack of nurses.
It may seem like the ultimate sacrifice, but Dr. Gupta says she's doing this for purely personal reasons, giving it all up because by serving others, she is fulfilled.
I just like the idea of working where I forget myself. That's the most reward that I get, so engrossed that I really just forget about myself.
It's a living example of the power of the human connection.
Thank you, Dr. Gupta.
Very
Kay
good.
Quinn,
Okay.
News Channel 5 cover story.
Dr. Gupta will close her practice next week. She and her husband plan to leave for India in January. You can learn more about her work and RKM Hospital when you visit the story on our website, KSDK.